of block diagrams. Let us see the advantages of block diagram representation. We are now discussing the theoretical background of what are these block diagrams, what are the advantages, disadvantages, just for the sake of, if the question is explain regarding the block diagrams, okay, which is very rare, but still we should at least know what are the advantages, disadvantages, how the block diagrams are represented, what is the easiness behind it. Okay, so it is easy to form the overall block diagram for an entire system. So it is very convenient for us to to draw the block diagram of an entire system. Okay. Uh, we have seen in the previous sessions how we have found the transfer functions of some hydraulic systems, thermal systems. So it was very easy for us to find the transfer functions because we were knowing how those systems are working. So we are generally knowing their system, how the processing happens from overall. From that processing, we have found the transfer function. Okay, how the working, if you know, you can easily go for block diagram, then for transfer function. It is possible to evaluate the contribution of each component to the overall performance of the system. As we said that the whatever the block diagrams are there, we use it for both linear and non-linear systems. Linear, we know that it is the law of superposition should hold good, in the sense if input is actually the sum of different inputs, output will also be the sum of the different outputs, right, to those corresponding inputs. So x1, x2, x3 are the inputs, correspondingly y1, y2, y3 will also be the summations. Okay, uh, if you go through that, how to find the individual contribution, you'll understand it when we go for one of the next concept, that is your closed loop system. Okay, how you draw the block diagram and how you find the transfer function. When we are looking at that, I will explain about this evaluation of contribution of each component to the overall performance. Okay, now the functional operation of the system, it can be visualized more readily by examining the block diagram rather than examining the physical system itself. अगर एक सिस्टम वर्क कर रहा है, उस सिस्टम को आप फिजिकली जाके एग्जामिन करके व्हाट आर द आउटकम्स, व्हाट आर द डिफेक्ट्स, अगर वो आप करोगे, rather than that, using the block diagrams, it is very easily the data is readily available with you. That is very easy for you to analyze, visualize, rather than going for the physical actual system where it is working, what are the things, what is happening inside the operation. um, it contains the information regarding the dynamic behavior, how the system performs dynamically when the things change. That information these block diagrams have. It is to obtain the overall differential equation and overall transfer function. As I told you, it is very easy. If you have transfer block diagram with you, you can go for transfer function very easily by the reduction of block diagram. Okay, it is the continuation overall transfer function for the entire system by the use of block diagram reduction technique. We are going to look at that. Okay, it doesn't include, okay, these are some of the advantages which I have listed. Now coming to some, I won't call them disadvantages, but however they are least helpful to us. It doesn't include any information on the physical construction of the system, because as we are using lines and arrows, which will depict how the signal is flowing, what each block represents, which operation it is performing. But however, the actual system, how physically it is constructed, that information it doesn't include, obviously. Okay. Secondly, many dissimilar and unrelated systems, they can also be represented by the same block diagram. मतलब क्या है, अगर 2 से 3 systems हैं जिनका operation don't know, but the system connections अगर unrelated, they are dissimilar. Okay, 2 या 3 system हैं आपके पास, connections altogether they are totally different. However, एक ही block diagram वो तीनों को भी हो सकता है, it may be possible. Okay, so क्योंकि ब्लॉक डायग्राम में आपको एक्चुअल फिजिकल कंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं मिलेगा, तो अगर 2 से 3 सिस्टम्स हैं, तो वो सिस्टम्स भी एक ही, उन तीनों सिस्टम को एक ही ब्लॉक डायग्राम भी हो सकता है. Block diagram, it is not unique. That's what that is what for 3 different systems a single block diagram may exist. ब्लॉक डायग्राम इज नॉट यूनिक फॉर अ गिवन सिस्टम. अगर एक सिस्टम के लिए एक ब्लॉक डायग्राम मिला है, ओके, से four students are doing block diagram representation, all four may have different block diagrams, maybe the same outcomes, but block diagram representation is not unique. Next, we have seen in the introduction of the control systems, we have generally classification of control systems as open loop and closed loop, one of the classification. And moreover, we go for closed loop systems because of the feedback. Okay, feedback se humko few of the parameters which are advantageous to us. You have already seen what are the automatic control, how the feedback closed loop negative feedback exists, how it works. All right, some theoretical background we have already seen in the first module. So coming to not open, closed loop system. Okay, closed loop system is of importance for us, moreover, because through the closed loop system it is easy for you to get the controlled output. Okay, open loop system में सिर्फ unidirection रहेगा. Okay, but however you cannot rectify the errors and you can submit the input so that your output is controllable. वैसे नहीं होगा. That is possible in closed loop systems. So for the closed loop system, okay, this is your closed loop system which you have already seen. There is an input, there is the open loop gain G, that is forward gain. You have a controllable output. There is a feedback here. This is your feedback path gain H of S. This is given here, and if you take the difference of these, you will get the error signal or actuating signal, which in turn is given to the system, which will give you the controlled output. This is your concept of feedback, closed loop system. So closed loop system को हम block diagram में represent कर सकते हैं. Figure shows the block diagram of a negative feedback. See here, there is a negative sign. You're giving this as a, you're subtracting it with the reference input. So this is a negative feedback system. Some of the terminologies, the symbols which we use in these block diagrams are: R of S is your reference input, C of S is your controllable output, B of S is the feedback signal. You can see B of S is here, feedback signal. E of S is the error signal, which is the subtraction of R and B, or we even call them actuating signal. That's why you have seen in the previous diagrams, actuators are there. That is which will give you the error output. G of S is your this open loop gain, that is forward path transfer function. H of S, it is the feedback gain, that is feedback path transfer function. And G of H into H of S is equal to B of S divided by E of S is the open loop transfer function. Open loop transfer function, it is given by B of S divided by E of S. I think there is a slight mistake here. Open loop transfer function is this. B by E is closed loop, because when you are taking the feedback signal, feedback comes in closed loop. So please interchange them, these two, closed and open loop. The second term, that is C by R, output by input, it is open loop. Okay, this is your open loop feedback, that is open loop transfer function. However, the whatever difference you have given, that is B of S, the feedback signal, divided by the error signal. This is your closed loop. Okay, it is not open, it is closed loop. Or in turn, how we write them? G of S into H of S. This is your closed loop transfer function. How we can this is your system. Okay, this is the system, closed loop system with a negative feedback. How we can draw the block diagram for this, I have given here. There is an input R of S. See, this R of S is there as it is. There is an output, controllable output C of S. And this whatever working, the complete mechanism, it is replaced by a block. That's why you have seen just now, what is this block diagram is, just a second, yes. A block is a symbol used for mathematical operation on the input to the block which produces the output. So this means whatever the complete operation of the system is there, you can simply replace this by a block. Okay. And inside this block, what I should write? I should write the transfer function. You have just now seen that also. Where is it? Inside the block, the transfer function of the components. Yes, the transfer functions of the components, they are entered in this block. So if I have written something here in this block, it indicates this is the transfer function of the system. Okay, so whatever transfer function for the system is there, that is entered in these blocks. So this complete system I have represented by a single block. You can see inside that I'm writing the transfer function. Now I have to find the transfer function for a closed loop system. Already we have taken that concept, but still let us take one small recall of that concept. From this figure, let us go for the finding of the transfer function. ये जो parameter मैंने लिखा है, how I have got that. Now, from the figure, observe output by input. Okay, if I don't consider this, for this particular block, input is not R, input is E. Okay, so E of S, C of S by E of S, output by input, C by E is your open loop gain, G of S. Okay, and for this, if you consider the feedback, so what is the output and what is the input? Output is your feedback signal, input is C of S. Remember, मैं इस system के लिए output by input कर रही हूँ. Direction ऐसे है तो ये input हो जाएगा. This is your final output. So B is the output, C is the input for the feedback only, not complete system. So B by S, C is giving you the closed loop transfer function H of S. So I have found from the figure open loop gain and closed loop gain, C of S and H of S individually. Now I'll do some mathematical calculations here. So from this, what you do, take the C of S. C of S is G into E. Okay, and similarly here, what is B is equal to H into C. I want these signals, that's why I have found them. Now from the figure, what is error signal? Error is the subtraction of R and B, right? You can see there is a round circle here, and inside that there is a cross mark, and plus and minus are indicated, means these two signals are subtracted. So R minus B is your error signal. So error signal is R minus B. And just now I have seen what is your B of S. Okay, I have just now got what is B of S. So I will substitute that. Sorry, these are all blanks actually. So what I will do, substitute 2 and 3 in 1. So for your first signal, C of S, the first equation has G and E. So what I will do, taking the C of S as it is, G of S as it is, instead of error signal, I will take this subtraction R minus B. R minus B, because why I am going for this is I want the transfer function. How to find the transfer function? I am calculating the transfer function. उसके लिए मुझे output by input चाहिए. So now I am into that C. C is your controlled output. ये output parameter से मैंने start किया है. So C from this equation 1, G into E, G as it is, error signal is what? The subtraction of R minus B. So R minus B. And in turn, what is B? I have just now got it in equation 2. Even substitute that also. See, all these are same. Minus, instead of B, H into C. After that, go for multiplication. R into S, G into R minus GHC. Just the multiplication. Open the bracket. Okay. After that, observe There is C of S here. There is C of S here. So club all together. I will take that both on the left hand side and only one term at the right hand side. Now, what is this? Controlled output common 1 plus G into H is equal to G into R. Now, what I want? Controlled output I have. If you look at the figure, for the open loop system, that is for this part, output is control C of S, input is error signal C by E. This is only for open, and only for this feedback, output is B, input is C, right? Individually we know. Now for the complete system, if you observe, for the complete system, overall system, output is C, input is R. So for the overall system, reference signal comes into picture. But for individually, if you see, open loop, input is E, output is C. For closed loop, output is B, input is C. However, for the complete system, controlled output is C and reference input is R. So I want C by R, output by input. Then I can get the transfer function. So what I will do from this equation, you have output here already, C of S. There is R of S input on the other side. I will take that R of S to the denominator. So C by R I will take at one place. Remaining is G of S numerator, and what all 1 plus G into H is there, I will take it to the denominator. Okay. So this is your transfer function. If you observe G divided by 1 plus GH. See, G divided by 1 plus GH. Within the block, I have written the transfer function of the system. So this is your block diagram representation for a closed loop system. Simple. What I have done, complete system I have replaced with one single block, which will give you the mathematical operation of that system, and inside that block I am entering the transfer function of the system. How to find the transfer function, just now I have calculated. So hence, closed loop system, it is reduced to a single block as shown in figure B. So I can redraw this in this form. One single block I can replace, उसमें अंदर आप transfer function को डाल दो. That's it. Now, suppose this is a closed loop system. Block diagram I have drawn. That is for a single input. You can see there is a single input R. There is a single output C. So practically speaking, a system will not have simple like this, input एक और output एक नहीं रहेगा. Because take one example of your chemical batch process only. अगर आपको एक product develop करना है, some chemical reaction करना है, तो उसमें inputs क्या होंगे? Many raw materials are required. After putting the raw materials, you should observe onto the temperature of that phenomenon inside that reactor. So once you have to, please try to recall how the chemical batch process we have explained in the module 1. In that, inside the reactor, by using a stirrer, we have maintained a constant temperature, and temperature को monitor करने के लिए we have a device which will monitor the temperature and see to it that temperature will not change. Okay, so temperature controller जो है वो भी एक output देगा system को, वो एक output है. Similarly, and we'll be having opening and closing valves for hot steam and cold water jackets. So outputs and inputs vary, right? So multiple inputs and multiple outputs do exist in a single system. So ये तो एक simple system हो गया, but practically I cannot relate it with it, because a system which is in practical, it may not be having a single input, single output. It will have many inputs and many outputs. So for such a system, how to find the transfer function is a question. So let us find the block diagram of multiple input, multiple output system. Okay, we will look into this and we will then go for block reduction technique, that is algebra, in the next session.